Professor Rashed is also in the UK. I just want to bring out what took to storm in social media last night. Activists projected images of Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein onto the Windsor Castle, and almost 4 political activists were arrested. That is the temperature and the temperament of the US's leader state visit to the UK. And of course, we know how the far right and how Donald Trump's policy is leaning toward the right. And that kind of changes are coming into play in even not only in the UK, but also around in various European countries. I just want to ask Professor Rashed Alam, how do you see this visit to the UK of Donald Trump, and what is the regular feelings between the people in the UK?
Stands to the airport. So, I mean, as you rightly pointed out, that there is a immense, I mean, the issue of pedophile cases like the Epstein cases, and the few days before last week, actually, the UK ambassador to USA has been dismissed because of like his connection with the Jeffrey Epstein. So these are the issues like the Donald Trump, and also there are other talking about like Donald Trump probably pursuing UK government not to recognize the Palestinian state as well. So overall, his current and at the moment, like there is a rising tension in the UK politics, particularly against the immigrant, against the Muslims, and the citizens of other countries as well. So Donald Trump probably visiting, and also the other development is like yesterday, Sadiq Khan, the mayor of London, was talking about that the rising number of US citizens is now applying to UK because of its liberal ideology, pluralism, and people are very much fed up in US current political system because of like rise of right-wing politics in USA and anti-immigrant drive there. So they have applied in UK for citizenship here, a settlement here in UK. So yes, last year it was a tremendous increase. So overall, all this development taking place while Donald Trump here in UK, I think there are many other issues related to Ukraine interest, as well as the rising far wing movement, far right wing movement in UK. So everything actually, yeah, here in and yeah, Donald Trump visit actually create, and there are lots of public anger against Donald Trump visit here as well in UK, particularly US unparalleled support to Israel genocide in Gaza. So many development has taken place here.
Who has keen interest on Middle East? He is a specialist of international affairs as well. Professor Rashed, I think you are hearing from a general. Once a general, always a general. A general walks like a general, talks like a general. He said some tough words that if all Islamic countries is in sleep, this war is never gonna be stopped. Israel is going to be in history. Gaza is going to be in the part of history. It will not be visible anymore. What is your take on that, Dr. Rashed?
Yeah, I think Honorable General rightly pointed out the issues like there is a lack of unity and alliance among the OIC and Muslim countries regarding resolving the crisis in Gaza. Even though there are, they are speaking on this issue, but they are not actively working to bring the war in pause, bring the war in close, because of like they have indirectly linked with Israel by supplying weapons, by supplying gases, by supplying fuels, and also supplying money through USA. So that's why Honorable General, I think, rightly pointed out, like if you are united, if you are feeling that there is a huge humanitarian crisis is going on at the moment in Gaza. Gaza is at the verge of fail at the moment. Like, nothing is left there. So even though in the current the UN session, the many countries recognize Palestinian as a state, but where is this state remain? There is nothing left. The communities are dying of hunger, and communities dying out of food, and every day, like the ground assault that now Israel is initiating is immensely traumatizing, and many children, many women, many elderly, they are immensely traumatized with these issues. And Israel also, not only they stopped in Gaza, they now thinking of like taking back of West Bank as well. So I think at the moment, as a world community, we are failing. Not only the Arab countries, but the responsibility of the Arab countries is huge. Particularly, like there is a lot of flotilla that going through Gaza and Egypt is stopping them. So why? It's a humanitarian intervention that people taking aid to this flotilla to save the communities in Gaza, and why Egypt is blocking them. So this is how the world community, and particularly the Middle Eastern countries and Arab state, is completely failing to stop this genocide. So how on earth they're gonna give account? I mean, they have to be accountable to the Muslim Ummah and also the citizens of their own country. I think at the moment it is very important that the citizens of this Arab state come out to the street, and they should have compelled their government to take emergency measures. That's already we have been late. So when the government is failing, it is the duty of the citizens, particularly the Arab states. They have to come up to the streets and make their government accountable to stop this genocide in Gaza.
What going on in UK? Why UK Reform Party becoming more popular than conservative or liberals and posing threats to UK bi-party? Dr. Rashed from London.
Thank you so much. Can you hear me? I think.
Yes, I can hear you.
Me.
Yes.
Thank you.
Good morning.
So yeah, you have put a good question. Like, yeah, although we are focusing in our show like the U.S. politics and the global politics, but here are some recent development has taken place in UK. Particularly, there is a new far-right movement has become immensely popularized in UK government, UK politics in recent years. Particularly, the rise of Reform UK Party, who have been who have been a major contender at the moment in UK politics because of the like rising interest for their agendas, particularly against irregular migration, controlled citizenships, and also immense pressure on public services and utilities due to rising immigration here in UK. So that's why the UK Reform Party has become very popular compared to Labour Party, who is in government at the moment, and also the Conservative Party, who was in power in the last before this Labour Party. And the credential they achieved due to there's a whole sort of new rising tendency in overall Europe. You know, the right-wing parties is now ruling the country in Hungary, Italy, and also they are the part of the coalition in major other countries like Finland, Sweden, Germany, and many other European countries, which also heavily influence, the rising popularity of UK Reform Party in UK politics. And overall, the citizens and the youth are very much actually frustrated about their jobs, lack of employment, and also rising inflation, and UK commitment to Ukraine war, and many other political decision that has causing so many problems for the UK politics at the moment. And Labour is in immense pressure to curb immense pressure to meet the UK public demand at the moment. That's why there's a rising interest for this right-wing political party and politics in UK.
Is it the rise of right-wing movement in UK? What is the position of the so popular leader Nigel Farage?
Thank you. So I have been in UK here since 2018 to 2023, end of 2023. So having myself, I also seen there is a immense collapse of new UK's national health services, where people have to wait more to get their appointment. So large number of migration rise, and also large number of demand for the health services. You know, UK health services fully government responsibility, so people have to wait to get their appointment. So that's a huge rise. Lack of funding for the NHS was also main reason. Also, the number of people increasement in the East constituency, that is another reason. Secondly, there is this stagnation in UK economy for a long time, like sluggish economic growth, and as well as high inflation. So when I was in here in 2018, the price of everything in 2025, now I can see everything is doubled up. So one of the main reason is Brexit. You know that there's an immense supply of goods and resources used to come from European countries, but now that supply is coming up with additional taxes and VAT. So that's how the inflation also in heavily rise, and also the young communities lack of employment opportunities. So they are also very much upset with the current government policies against the immigration. Like particularly they're talking about unnecessary immigration. So they're talking about like lack of, the UK government should not allow even student migrants to bring their families, their children in UK. And also they are heavily criticized the UK government slow response to the irregular migrants, particularly the people who coming with the boats in UK. So the UK government is spending a lot, particularly nearly $20 billion every year to handle these issues of irregular migrants. They have to, because of the high rates of human rights standard here. So even the irregular migrants having some sort of human rights there. So to managing that, the UK government is in huge debt pressure. Like their public services debt is tremendously increasing. Like 300, the one of the statistics showing that it would be rise to 300% of the GDP if the current ongoing policies that UK government is committing. So that's how there is a immense pressure, and also citizens are very much upset with the conservative government who was in power for a long time, and also now the Labour Party who came into power, but they are
Right, sir.
unable to solve these issues. That's why there is a huge demand and huge popularity that Nigel Farage is enjoying, particularly his agenda on these issues are becoming popular among the citizens.